screen and recordings, and now he is bringing his unique, is a good word, talents to some new projects. He was in New York last week, and he spent some time with Peel Instrument.
He was born David Robert Jones in 1947 in the predominantly Jamaican district of Brixton in South London. First he wanted to be an artist and then a musician. Both were a way out.
Is music and art a way to get out?
Yes, yeah, quite definitely. Sure. Art itself not an escape. For me, art would have been a career if I'd been any good at it as a painter. But
because you started out as an artist.
It's very satisfying to be able to say that one's a failed painter. It sounds so.
His way out was flamboyant. He dramatized every aspect of his person. He dyed his hair. He sent out publicity photos in a dress. He told people he was bisexual. He advertised himself as a character called Ziggy Stardust. He tried to be as bizarre as he could, an alien sci-fi rocker. It worked. He was out of Brixton. But David Bowie, who chose the name so as not to be confused with David Jones of the Monkees, had something else going for him. He was smart, and he had an actor's full voice and a natural ability. Chameleon-like, he began to change, from an extraterrestrial in The Man Who Fell to Earth to a serious actor in The Elephant Man.
I like love stories best, too. If I had been Romeo, guess what? What? I would not have held the mirror to her breast.
He even went so straight as to sing with Bing Crosby.
I think finally coming to a position where I could round off my young 20-year-old enthusiasm of wanting the danger and the excitement of being that age, doing something new and doing something radical. I think that sort of mellows out into another kind of approach to life.
You feel mellowed out?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah, I feel capable of understanding things, hopefully on a more universal way than the narrow kind of one-dimensional way that one looks at things being quite young.
You've moved a lot, too. You've lived in Los Angeles and Berlin and London and all over the place. Yeah. Why can't you find one place to settle down?
The cities keep hitting me over the head in the end, and for me, the chemistry of myself in Los Angeles was not good. So I made a move to Berlin to see what the other side of the lifestyle looked like, and that particular town was very good for me. And now I guess I came out of that phase. I came out of the Berlin phase slowly, and it just became apparent towards the end that I was no longer living in Berlin very much, and I was traveling again. So at the moment I feel pretty much a traveler.
At a recent press conference in New York, a new record deal was announced and a world tour.
How do you like having to go through a day like this of people interviewing you and photographing you?
I find it very hard and kind of, it's kind of a synthetic position to be in, because I start finding that I'm repeating myself and re-amplifying something I said in an interview just before. And I start wondering, well, does that, what I've just said, does it have any substance? I think it must be terrifying if the whole world is really sort of at your feet. But I think it's very comfortable and very warm to feel that you've got a good, relatively large, solid audience of people who are interested in what one's doing as an artist. That's a very satisfying feeling.
Next, David Bowie will be seen as an 18th century aristocrat in the film The Hunger, and as a heroic British soldier held captive in Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. He's also directing short video features. It seems that David Bowie is not just a kinky extrovert who flashed on the scene. He strikes one now as a somewhat shy, thoughtful, and rather serious person. I suspect we're seeing the transformation of David Bowie.
Were you surprised
by what you... multimillionaire.
Yeah, the contract he signed, I read, was $17+ million. Were you surprised by what you saw and found?
I was. I never expected him to be as serious.
He's got to settle down and find a place to live now next, right? I don't think he has a permanent address anywhere. Thank you, Pia.